Hey, what's going on, guys? DJS here. I wanted to bring you guys my top 5 tips on how to purchase sneakers from Nikestore without using a bot. These are some basic, very basic tips. I'm not going to try to troll you guys, but I think that some of these things, for those people that are really new to trying to cop sneakers on Saturday mornings, you might not really think of all of these little things. It's kind of a ritual that I go through every morning before I actually end up buying the sneakers, and hopefully you guys will find these helpful. If you do, give the video a thumbs up. But basically, they're very basic tips. And you can see right here the Oregon foam posits I was able to cop on Nikestore without a bot or anything like that. Now, if you use a bot like an add to cart bot, this actually might help your chances as well. I hate to say it because I know that there's a lot of people that use the bots and it doesn't actually end up working because people nowadays have early links. But let's go ahead and jump into the 5 things that can help you. The first thing is to clear your cache. So when I wake up at 4:50 in the morning, the first thing I do is I go in and I go ahead and clear my cache. You can see in the drop down you just go clear browsing data, and then from the browsing data you can delete the cookies and empty your cache. I don't know why, technical reasons why this actually helps you or not, but I believe it clears out all of the nonsense. Now you don't have to do this every single time, but if you don't clear your cache in like a year, like chances are there's a lot of extra crap in there that is not necessary. So I recommend you doing this step first thing before you end up doing anything else, just clearing your cache in Chrome or whatever browser you end up using. All right, the next tip is another very simple one, but it is very helpful at the same time, and that's logging into your account before any of the purchases you are trying to make. So 4:50 happens, I clear my cache, I then log into my Nikestore account. I always leave the check mark or whatever to stay logged in, but it's important to be logged into your account. Sometimes I actually accidentally close a window in the middle of me trying to purchase something. I know it sounds dumb, but it's happened to me. I'm sure it can happen to you guys. And then when the item is in your cart, if you're logged into the account, it's much easier to go ahead and process through and check out. So log in before, and then you can try to attempt to get the sneaker. Once you end up getting the sneaker, it's much easier because it is already in your cart. So just a really small, simple tip. Log into your Nikestore account before the drop that happens at 8 a.m. EST. The next tip is to have a fast internet connection. Now, there's 3 different factors involved with that. There's ping, download speed, and upload speed. I recommend you guys going to speedtest.net and then giving yourself a test on your speed. Some of you guys are going to have a faster speed. Some of you guys have a slower speed. Regardless, you really do need to have a pretty solid internet connection to make this work because it is down to the millisecond from when the Twitter link comes through to when you click it to when you select your size and hit the submit or whatever the button is. That there's so much time involved with that. Once you hit that button, then it's going to start searching and making sure that your size is available. So it really makes a big difference in speed. You need to have a fast internet connection so when you click the link, it pops up right away. If you have a slower connection and it takes a while for your window to paint, that's not a really great sign. So I recommend even restarting your router if you can before you start, and even getting a direct connect to your modem if possible. The next tip that I can give you guys: don't use Twitter on the web. Use the Twitter application. I use the Twitter application on Mac, and I also use TweetDeck. And actually what I end up doing is a side-by-side comparison between TweetDeck and the Twitter application. And that morning, whichever one is actually knocking down the feeds faster, because I'll actually notice one pop up before the other one, then I use that application. Now, sometimes it's TweetDeck. I have to say sometimes it's actually the Twitter application. Regardless, do not use the browser and try to refresh the browser that way. Much easier if you have a Twitter application auto refresh or the TweetDeck auto refresh. That way it just automatically pushes the data down. And even on TweetDeck, I have it filtered by Nikestore. So as soon as something comes up from Nikestore that morning, then I know to go to that tweet and click that link. So that one is pretty helpful, honestly. It can really make a difference, just a millisecond from when you actually can click the link. The last tip is not much of a tip at all, but it basically is just to have patience. Once you actually add your cart or add the size to your cart and you're waiting and you have your spot in line, it says, and it's refreshing, waiting your turn, just be patient. Don't do anything. Let it wait out. Sometimes it takes 10 minutes. Sometimes it takes 15 minutes. Sometimes it's really, really fast and it will just add to your cart. But be patient. Don't exit the window and try to open another window, because if it's a limit of one and you're opening multiple windows, you might be screwed out of a pair, because you're only allowed to have one. It might completely drop it. So be careful with that. Hopefully you guys found these tips helpful. Again, they're very beginner tips. This is not for the advanced people, but hopefully you guys will find these helpful, and they're helpful for you guys. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.